We are all given a purpose by God whenever we are born and as we go through our life. But that purpose that God has for our lives can be super difficult to understand and actually put into action. That's why in this video I've compiled a list of 5 things that you need to know to be able to first off understand and discover the God-given purpose that God created you for, and to help encourage you towards putting that into action in this video. Sit back, relax, and don't go anywhere, because this video could change your life so much. It could give you so much purpose in your life. So sit back, relax, do not go anywhere. First off, God will prepare you for your purpose financially, with the time and energy you need and the skills necessary for it. If the path God sends you on requires a lot of money, God doesn't say, oh wait, he doesn't have a lot of money, let me not give it to him. But he doesn't care about how much money you have, but he knows how much money he will provide for you and bless for you, because he knows that that is your purpose for life, that he's created you for. He doesn't check your bank balance, he checks the amount that he's willing to bless you with. And that's what he cares about, so trust that he will bless you financially if the path he sends you on requires a lot of money. If God sends you on a time-consuming path, he doesn't care how busy your schedule is, but he knows that he's going to bless you with so much extra free time, free up so much of your time. So just trust that God will help you manage your time better if this path that God's sending you on is time-consuming. Whatever the path requires, God doesn't care about how much of it that you have, if at all, but he knows how much he's going to provide for you. So just trust that God will provide exactly what you need to fulfill the purpose that he's given you. Bouncing off of that last point, God will send you on the exact path that he wants for your life at the exact time that he knows you're ready, no matter if you think you're ready or not. God doesn't care about how prepared you feel like you are, how you think you are, but he knows how much he's prepared for you. If God knew you weren't ready, then he would spend more time preparing you, getting you ready for this purpose. But because he is sending you on this purpose right now, if that's you today, then we know that he knows exactly how ready you are, and that's perfectly ready for this path that he's sending you on. Just because you don't feel like you're ready doesn't mean that God hasn't prepared you for being ready. The only thing that we should care about is how ready we actually are, which is shown by God sending us on our path, not how ready we think we are. Thirdly, as God knit you in your mother's womb, he created you perfectly for your purpose. He didn't create you and say, okay, what purpose would fill him? But no, as he created you, knit you in your mother's womb, what he did is he gave you all these spiritual gifts, genetic differences, personality traits, everything, including the parents you were born unto, so that you could fulfill the purpose that he predestined for you. No matter if it's a mental illness or any roadblock, any hardship, God has created that so that you can fulfill your purpose. A great example of this is me. I have a tic disorder, which is kind of similar to Tourette's. Look it up if you don't know what that is. I've had it since 12 years old. And when I was in 8th grade, the tics got so bad that I couldn't actually even go to school. I was just like bugging out as I was trying to get in the car, get out of the car. So I just couldn't go to school. So he had to pull me out of physical, brick and mortar school, public school, and go into online school, which I'm still doing now. In 9th grade, after I'd been doing it for a while, I was kind of bored with all the additional free time that I had. I was just sitting around the house doing nothing. So I started creating content to share the gospel with. God created me with that tic disorder so that I would be able to be pulled out of online school and start sharing the gospel online like I'm doing right now. I've impacted so many people. I mean, I've impacted people. God's impacted people through me. And also, what's more, I was given a tablet and YouTube access when I was a little kid. So since then, for a while, I was extremely addicted to YouTube, just watching it all day, every day. I honestly wish I never had that addiction. I hate it. But that addiction to YouTube, being given YouTube and a tablet at a very young age, being an iPad kid, is part of my journey because it gave me that passion for content creation. I used to play Minecraft and point a camera at the TV and act like I was talking to my subscribers. So God gave me that passion for content creation via that YouTube addiction. Without my mental illness of a tic disorder and that YouTube addiction, I would not be sharing the gospel online today. So God has created me, even with this YouTube addiction, even with this tic disorder, for my purpose. This is not bragging on myself. but this is to show you how good God is, that he works and has a purpose for you and predestines everything to work out for you to have that purpose. Every trait that you were given has a purpose. No matter if it's a genetic condition, a genetic difference, anything, a mental illness, an addiction. God created that in your life for the exact purpose that he's created you for. So don't feel like, oh crap, I have a mental illness. Why did God give me that? No, God gave you that for a reason, Brad. I heard this on a podcast. I think it was Forrest Frank on that Youth Nation podcast. I don't know. I just looked up Forrest Frank podcast and I watched all of them. There's only like 5 of them. But he said that God's plan may be not for him to reap the crop of all the people coming to know Jesus, but God's purpose for him may simply be to inspire others. And I feel like that's so true. His music might not be the primary impact that God has. Maybe it's just a secondhand impact, while truly that's inspiring someone else to take that dream further. God maybe has put Forrest Frank in the position to create music to inspire someone else, another artist, to create better music, more Christian music, and impact people more than Forrest Frank will ever. And that's so true. That's maybe what it is. I don't know. And this can be applied for everyone. Maybe, just maybe, God's purpose for you isn't to reap the crop from the thing that he's put you here to do, but to inspire someone else, show them what's possible, and they may be the one to reap the crop. But I do say a strong maybe there. I don't mean everyone's purpose is to inspire others to do what they're doing, because if that was it, well then no one would ever reap the crop, am I right? But if you've been walking on this path of the purpose that God has given you for a while and you aren't seeing a crop that's being reaped, maybe either first off you need to wait a little bit, let God continue to work in you, work through you, or maybe God's purpose for your life is to inspire others on that same path. Maybe you are the one reaping the crop. Just maybe, just maybe. But either way, do not quit. And finally, God has a plan and a purpose for everyone's life, even those who will never find it or follow through with it. The worst murderers on this planet have a God-given purpose, just like you and I have one. The only difference between me and a murderer is that I've discovered my God-given gift and he hasn't. We all have a God-given purpose. That transgender has a God-given purpose, but they may not discover it in their lifetime. That person, that woman who has had a lot of definitely has a God-given purpose. God gives everyone a purpose, but she may not discover it. Jesus is so merciful for us, giving us all a purpose and an opportunity in our life to find it. But some may never find it, and those who truly do discover it may not follow through with it. I hope that this information that I've laid out in this video has helped you with understanding the purpose that God has for your life. If you haven't found your purpose yet, pray that God would reveal it to you. Be open to this idea of a God-given purpose and trust that we all have a purpose. We just need to discover it. Be patient and know that it may take time to discover what God has created you for, but it will be worth it. And with that, peace out and God bless.